Okay. I think we is ready. Alright. Welcome. A welcome. To another day. Another day of Naruto goodness. Day 77 to be exact. And sorry, I'm trying to work out. I've got screens falling out my ears at the moment. And I say I've got screens falling out my ears, and I really mean 3. Not counting my thing. I've got okay. Right, I think we're good. I think we're ready. We're gonna crack straight into it. Now we've got there Han and young Tamari. Hopefully, it's not too loud. So I need to figure out. How do I know that pre-rolls are activated? Because that's what I don't want. I don't want pre-rolls. So I think what I might do is just run an ad straight away. I think, I'm not quite sure. Oh, what up? Oh, it is. It's yours truly. It's moi. But anyway, how are you? How are things? Now, after this fight, I might actually just pop something in the chat. Oh my god! Oh my lordy Lou. This happens literally every day for the last 3 things. Oh my goodness. I have forgotten to do this. Oh my lordy. Right, okay, I think what I need to do is I need to do a checklist. I need to do a checklist of all my stuff. Okay, so I've done that. That's been updated. Right, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed that's it. And I'm glad my Borgia thing works. all it was just me saying Borgia. I just wanted to test it out to see if the sound alerts thing works. So I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. Right, so hopefully, oh there we are, it's switched now. Lovely. Yeah, so I'm trying to think of channel point redemption stuff. I'm getting there. Getting there eventually. But yeah, so I think what I might do, I might run, actually no, after this fight, I'm gonna run put a little pin a chat message to the top, just saying, pin the thing to the top just saying, hey y'all, running mid-rolls, cause to get rid of pre-rolls, so bear with. Rat fan listening to Lama God the first time. Ooh, that's quite a difference to what they'll be used to. Come on, there we go. There, bam. Lovely. Fabulous, lovely, beautiful. Okay, so hang on a second. So I'm just gonna go, I'm in my own, my own chat rules. Running mid-rolls or running ads now. So can get rid of pre-rolls. Yes. You like Trails in the Sky more than Cold Steel. Ooh, hot take. But well, actually, I say hot take I've got nothing to judge that on, but no. Interesting. Interesting, because you finished second chapter? Just gonna pop that in, and can I pin that? Oh my goodness, I've exited. Hang on, I've just pinned your message. How do I unpin it? Unpin this message. Hold up. Oh my goodness. I want to pin that one. There we go. Okay. Right, I'm just going to run a 3-minute ad. And I press that. Okay. Oh my goodness. There's so many things. There's so many things to get used to. Goodness gracious. Okay. Naruto Kurama and Kakashi. I'm 5 minutes in and I've only done 2 fights. Right, we got this. I'm still in the middle of it. I'm really like, now I'm just really, I can't wait to get to, like, yeah, I can't wait to finish Cold Steel 2 so I can get to Trails in the Sky. But at the same time, I don't want Cold Steel 2 to end. It's just like, I think, like I mentioned it before, it's just this dilemma. You don't want any games, like any of these games, you don't want them to finish, but then you want them to finish so you can experience the other games as well. It's just, that's the problem. It's just the problem. The problem with the Trails games. This is a problem when you've got a whole series that's so good. Is it like? I'm guessing it's like crying because it's like super emotional, or crying from just utter joy. Oh dang! Oh lordy! Oh my goodness! I need to know. I need to know. Oh my goodness. Oh. So I've done that, so I don't need to worry about that one for like another hour. Okay, and then Kakashi. And then Naruto. Yeah, I'd say. Well, I mean, I've only finished Cold Steel 1, but I'd say it was definitely. Don't think there was any emotional, like, cry emotional moments. It was only just like shock emotional moments. That's right, yeah. Of course, it's still your Wednesday. Like, very, very late Wednesday night, isn't it? Goodness. Oh, but no, but I mean, I've said it before, but I'll say it again. Happy birthday, Friday. Oh, it's Thursday, 2/18. Okay. I won't ask you how old you turned, but have you got? No, that's my question. Is birthday cake a? Oh, you turned 31. Dang. I don't mean that in like, oh my god, I'm making this so weird. Okay, my question is birthday cake a normal thing in your family? Sorry, I was making that so weird. Because there's so many people that they're like, ooh, birthday cake, what do you want about? Gross. But I need to know, is birthday cake something? For ice cream, oh, clearly you're a man of culture, a man of fine taste. Cause you're goddamn right, ice cream cake's better. What are your thoughts on cheesecake?
Into. The victor has been decided.
Again, a man of quality. Yeah, because for me it goes ice cream cake, cheesecake, then birthday cake. Or slash normal cake. Yeah, my mum, she makes a, my mum makes the most fantastic coffee cheesecake. Oh my lord. I don't drink coffee. I don't like coffee particularly. I don't mind tiramisu. Like coffee liqueurs stuff, I guess I don't mind. But mum makes this coffee cheesecake with coffee liqueur, and oh my lord. Oh my lord, it's like a tradition that on my birthday we have coffee cheesecake, and oh man, it is just something else. You've never had cheesecake, Scythius? You've never had cheesecake? Whoa! And hello! Welcome! Hinata and Tintin. It's the what's it? Sometimes, do you guys get it that sometimes you get the notifications like half an hour to 40 minutes after the person's started? Because I don't know whether it's just me, whether it's just like my slow ass phone, but sometimes I'll only get the notifications like I jump on and they're like 40 minutes in. I'm like, what the hell? Get it right away. Interesting. It might just be me. Then again, we are in New Zealand. I say we. I'm in New Zealand. I'm in Old Hicksville compared to the rest of the world. So that's probably why. Because apparently I remember a friend of mine. Then again, this was like 10 years ago, saying that like 10 years ago, you like don't bother trying to stream if you're in New Zealand because your ping is so high that it's just like, what's even the point? But unless my frame rate's going crazy, I think that might be resolved. But no, Scythius, how are you? How has your day been? Now I've got to do another one. Ooh, thank you. Thanks, Bull, for the gift sub, and Scythius, welcome to the subscriber fan. I've got my subscriber stuff at the moment still very bare. I am working on some emotes this weekend though, so you will have some more goodness. You'll have some more emotes to choose from after this weekend. But yeah, and if you have any ideas, do let them let me know. But yeah, no, sorry to hear your day was rough. At least it ended well, which is the main thing. if you want to vent, if you need to get anything off your chest, this is a safe space. Or, I've got a idea, an idea for my trails, theories. Hey, Satyas, you are part of this holy trinity of streamers. And your Final Fantasy VII Remake theories are like, they're actually like full on highlight hearing your theories at the moment. Because like I can't give you any information, but I'm just so interested to hear your theories, because I think you have an eye for detail. You have an eye for, and eye, and this wasn't even an ear, I guess, for detail that is uncommon. But what I've done is I was taking one of my breaks at work. I was like, I need to find something online that's easily shareable, and I don't need to like pull out anything sort of, because oh my goodness, that's what I've got to do. It's just reminded me I need to put my put the light on in the room. There. I found both as a way to help me organise my brain, but also hopefully for some visual aid. I've just found like a cheap, I say cheap because it's literally free, like a software online. There's like a corkboard, so it's just a virtual corkboard that you just put. I don't think I can do anything fancier than just putting sticky notes on. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put together my trails board, and it's going to have sticky notes of like all the characters, important places, important things, and I'm going to just piece together. I'm going to piece together all the threads, and I'm going to put them all on this board, and then I don't know, it's like maybe at like the end of each Trails chapter or something that I do, I just whip out this corkboard, and then we go through the theory crafting, and I'm like trying to like make connections and stuff. So thinking I might do that, because the more that I play and the further I get, the more the more pieces to this puzzle get unveiled, and I'm like, I need some way of organising this. And in a visual manner, because my theories tend to become just complete mad ramblings, and it'll probably be easier for you guys to work out what the hell I'm talking about. Oh my goodness. Gracious. Dida is always an awful person to face against, and a semi-awful person to play as, but we'll get there. come on. Okay, we've hit stupid AI moment. There we are, lovely. Oh, got that tea. One of my work colleagues nicked some chamomile tea from the hotel that we stayed at for a work conference at the start of the month, and I'm just having it, and it's very, very fancy chamomile tea in the sense that it doesn't taste like chamomile tea I've had before. It's very strong. I think it's just because I've left it brewing too long.
Nice. Way to sublimate.
Way to sublimate? Is that what you just said there, Darren? I've got young Shino and young Hinata. I also found out something about myself. I was this morning at work. I was just having a moment. I just walked into the office, and I'm just like, you know what? I am just ready to say. I am just ready to just not give 0 Fs today. I'm not ready for anyone's funny business at all. And I think it was just a day of high stress, which is always lovely. But I realized that my eyes start aching real badly. Aching when I'm stressed, and I found out it's because the strain on my blood vessels, and my blood pressure goes up when I'm stressed, and that's what causes it. Strain in my eyes. You might say that chamomile was not a chamomiled flavor. I guess not, and that's actually that's actually a pretty neat thing. I might nick that, but no, it is. Hang on, I just need to double check. Okay, I think it might be fine now that I've taken the tea bag out. Yeah, it might actually be okay now. I think it's just because I was sipping right directly on top of the tea bag, so that might have probably been it. It was only stressful because I had 3 things that I had to get done by the end of today, but it took me ages to do them because I also had like my 2-hour meeting the other day that I had to go to. That was session 1 of 4 that we have to do this week of that. We have to do 4 intranet design session workshops, all 2 hours each, with different teams from this client. And today we had 2 of those meetings back to back. So from 10:30 to 12:30 was a meeting, was 2 hours, and then from 12:45 to 2:45 was another meeting. And then 15 minutes after that, we had another meeting with another client to do with something else, and it was just so lit. And then this morning I had another half-hour meeting with another client. So I was in meetings today for a good 5 hours, and then on top of all the other things that I had to get done, that I had to get done today. And then tomorrow we've got design session number 4, and then after that I've got an hour session with this lady from that client just to do like a little debrief. It's just meeting bloody central today. Yeah, today and this week. So, but there's a whole bunch of projects that should be mostly done, or I have far less to do on them next week. So as soon as I hit the weekend, it's just plain sailing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And make sure you're looking after yourself too. If you've there's nothing like a rough day to sort of just throw the feng shui out of whack. So yeah, but then tomorrow I won't be streaming tomorrow night because I've got an hour and a half training session that I've got to do with some overseas people. So, but once that training session is done at 9:30 at night, then my weekend officially begins. And oh goodness, it's just it's one hell of a week. Oh gracious! But then Saturday I'll be very happy. But my boss did say that next week. So we have this thing called balancing your hours. So because we're in a consultancy, we do timesheets for every day. There's we work 40-hour weeks. By the end of the month, we need to there should be a certain number of hours that we have overall for that month. So for this month, I worked out that. There should be 184 hours at the least in our timesheet. 184 working hours this month. And so at the moment I've done 180? No. Done 100. Yeah, no, I've done about 180 so far. So technically I need to work 4 hours tomorrow, and that's my month done. But I'm not going to be working just 4 hours tomorrow. I'm going to be working probably a full 8, possibly even 9, possibly even 10-hour day tomorrow. So, so you have this thing called balancing your hours, where within a month, if you've done like excess hours, before the end of the month, you can kind of just take have a couple of early days, or take time off to balance out your hours, so you get as close to your minimum as possible. So like let's say, if you're balancing your hours over a week, let's say Monday to Thursday, you end up doing 45 hours. You could, in theory, only work 3 hours on Friday. 3 hours on Friday, and then you've still done a 40-hour week. So it's like that sort of thing. But so you can do balancing your hours on a monthly basis. So technically, I'll have 4 hours to balance. But the problem is that tomorrow is the end of the month, and you can't sort of balance your hours across months, because technically all of our monthly hours starts from 0 as of Monday. But my boss did say because she knows I've just been out of everyone on my team, I've been like completely under the pump with just so much stuff to do, so she said she'll make an exception if I want to, because you don't have to balance your hours, but you can if you want to. But she said she'll make an exception that, if I want to take a couple of hours off next week, then I can. And she'll sort of, she'll waive it off, I suppose. But I was thinking, I might not need to do that, because because in between all my meetings tomorrow, they've got big chunks of time, so I might actually just go home after my big 2-hour meeting, and then take the hour one, so the one that finishes at 12:30, leave work after that, and then take my meeting from 3 to 4 at home, and then but then the only problem is I can't get video games, because well, I can, but don't want to play video games with such, which, you know, you can't play video games for just an hour or just half an hour. You need to be playing them for like at 2 at an absolute minimum to really, you know, get into it. Lovely. Oh my goodness. Some you think are exception to the rule? What would those be an exception in the sense that you need to play them for like 10 hours minimum? Or exception in that, you know, you can probably only do half an hour before you rage quit? Wait, what was that? Oh, because that tree branch was in the way. So the insects got blocked by the tree branch. Oh, that's numpty. Okay, I see. I see. The AI wants to play like that. I get it. This is numpty. Oh my lordy. Oh my goodness gracious. Aegis of Earth, Protonova's Assault, games like Coffee Talk, Valhalla if you're into card games, Masters. Fair. Fair. Yeah, just I suppose like one that you can just like chuck on, play a little bit and then come out and yeah, no fair. It might be because I'm playing like, I tend to play like RPG like games where you feel like half an hour you don't accomplish much in half an hour. Maybe it might be that actually. It might just be the kinds of games I'm playing. Like games like Trails, for instance. Half an hour is just you walk around something and chat and have one cutscene and boom, half an hour done. So it might just be that. Then again, that being said, Trails is, they are long games. Like I can definitely see actually in Trails where the 80-hour playtimes to do the main story come from, because those cutscenes are like good luck if you just want something quick. Lovely. Because there's a I've got a colleague at work. What was he doing? What was he playing? Was he playing? No, that's right. He'd got Skyrim. He'd bought Skyrim and The Witcher 3, for the Switch, and he was like, because he's a dad who's only got like half an hour of free time a night, so he's like, oh my god, like I just can't just put it in and just just play it. I have to, I need to make sure I've got like an hour, an hour's worth, but I don't. So like he doesn't feel like he can really give them the attention that they need, I suppose. Whereas like a game like Doom, he can just chuck in, do a level, 20 minutes later, boom, done. Like that's it. Like just put it down for the next day. Yeah. Lovely. Do I know about Dokapon? No, I can't say I do. Is that a recommendation? Supposed to grab this RPG Mario Party. Ooh, that sounds intriguing. Let me just have a quick squiz on the Google Box. Dokapon Kingdom? Why does that cover look... Why do I feel like I've seen that cover somewhere before? Or maybe it just looks very familiar. Images. Sasuke Eternal and Hanzo. Interesting. Excuse me. That looks very intriguing. Oh, that's right. Oh, is it getting a... Oh, I see. So just on the Dokapon Kingdom Connect, is that their... Looks like they're remaking it on the Switch. Sugoroku type board game with RPG elements. Interesting. Let's see what the Dokapon Kingdom wiki tells me in terms of the gameplay. Sugoroku type board game. Each player takes turns moving on the overworld by spinning a wheel from 0 to 6. Has it done a turn-based system? Interesting. Oh, there's different jobs. Oh, cool. Intriguing. RPG Mario Party does sound pretty neat. Oh, it's multiplayer, is it? Ah. I see. Yeah, some games like that, you need the multiplayer aspect of it. Was the food nice, Bull? What'd you have? And you, because it's trails, I will allow it. But Greek yogurt, nice choice. Doubly nice. Hanzo, Yantamari. What? Something is wrong here. Hang on. So I say something's wrong here because I've got a matchup which... So CZ 111. Why did I drop? Oh my lordy. Okay, 1 second. I don't know why that's happened. Sorry, that was so what I've got on my little list, my little fights list, is because I've got the number of the number of the fights remaining next to the matchup. So when I complete the matchup, that's what the number remaining should be. But it's weird because the matchup I just did, the Sasuke Eternal and the Hanzo, is 96, but then after this matchup it goes down to 95? Oh, that's not right. Oh no, it's like this, that is all good. Ooh, got sound alerts working, nice. Alright. But no, keen to see the sound alerts, or hear the sound alerts. But no, get the alert going, it is all goods. Completely scratching my head as to why I've done that. Oh, I know why I've done that. Well, I know why that's happened. It's because later on, there's a later on fight where I've done there's a young Tamari versus young Tamari later on. That'll be why. So I might get down to that fight, and then once I do, I'll update the list. So we've got Kiba and Roshi. What fight's this one? Fight 27. That's right. So today, again in my lulls at work, I was just thinking about what sorts of emotes I need to do, because I keep forgetting that emotes are like meant to for like emotions. Emotes are short for emotions. But I was thinking I'll do one for. So I've got my lovely margarita one. I've got the other two. I'll probably end up swapping for similar ones, but like more custom at some point. And then so I was thinking of doing like a hype one, a love one, a maybe a sad one, like crying, like a super angry one, and then there was one other that I had and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. But then I need to then think of what and that's all the tier 1 sub ones. But then I also need to think about what my follower ones are going to be, because I think that unlocks after like 60 days or something of streaming, I think. Yes, I've got to unlock those. And then I've got to think about what my tier 2 and tier 3 ones are going to be. Actually, what all of them are like, because I want heaps eventually. But I've got to A, unlock them, and B, just figure out what they're going to be. Darui and Sekamisukage. Okay.
Battle begins. So drab.
Also, I've got the earplugs that I've got bought recently to help me with my sleeping wit, and they are oh so fabulous. They're so fabulous that I slept through that I did not hear my alarm go off at all, and suddenly all I feel, like I wake up slightly and all I feel is the boy like leaning right over me to grab my phone off of the bedside table to turn the alarm off. Could not hear a single thing. These earplugs are just so fabulous. But then it was funny, I was at a meeting with a project manager at one of our clients this morning, first thing this morning, and we were just chatting, and I'm just like, I'm like so tired. It was 8 o'clock in the morning. I'd only woken up like an hour and a half before, but I'm just like, bruh, I'm so tired. And she's like, oh my god, same. But then she was saying how her she says partner, I'm assuming husband, actually no, who am I to assume? But her partner anyway, was like snoring really badly, and I'm like, well, have I got the solution for you, because my lordy, it gonna change your life. So I sent her the link to where she can buy the earplugs from, and I'm just like, bruh, buy them and tell me what it's like, because oh my lord, it is the best thing ever. I actually like, it was really, I feel really bad, because I know that the boy can't help his snoring, even though he really does need to get it checked. But I could, like, when I put the earplugs in and I can't hear anything anymore, I just go to bed with this huge smile on my face. It's just, I feel so bad. But there's nothing like going to sleep in just utter peace and quiet. It's unreal. Right. Tamari, actually, do that one. There we go, lovely. Hey. And skadoosh. Okay.
Never show your face to me again.
That was a bit harsh. Never show your face to me again. Goodness. Okay. Right, what we got? Oh no, I've done that. So now I update the list. Because we are down to 3, 2, 8, 9. Alright. And we've got Shoji and Hinata. No, not Shisui. Hinata. There we go.
Battle begins.
Now, a thing too, is, I say that so seriously, I don't know why I'm just saying that really seriously. What's it, because one of the things I tend to do is I tend to go down rabbit holes quite quickly. Suddenly I'll have the subject of the month, and I will be watching YouTube video after YouTube video about it. And it'll usually be things that I've like heard about, but just always been curious about either how something worked, what something was about. Like I've gone down a rabbit hole, so I can tell you everything. I can tell you how that reactor worked inside and out. I can tell you exactly what went down. Same thing with quantum physics. Tell you about quantum physics. But my recent rabbit hole's been something a bit more personal, a bit more what's the word? Functional. So one of the things is, I get stressed very easily. I get anxious very, very easily. And it causes a hell of a lot of problems at work when you've got about 7 different projects that you're working on. All of them extremely important, all for important clients. All, you know, if you do a bad job, then you are at risk of mucking up a client's day-to-day stuff. So you want to do a good job. So it's a lot, well, I say it's a lot of mental stress. It's probably a lot of mental stress for me, because I make it a lot of mental stress. But one of the things, you know, when you're in the business world, you're like, oh, how do I be more productive? How do I juggle all of this stuff? So you look, you know, you go on the Google box and you type in, how do I multitask on projects? How do I do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 blah. And you always get like the same 10 things. You either get, if you've got a large task, break it up into smaller tasks, and magically you'll be able to do it. You know, block out time on your calendar to get focus work done. You know, all of this sort of stuff. And I've tried everything. Nothing works. Because there is just like, there's some fundamental like aspect of each of these that just is like, just makes things worse, if anything. You know, I break big project tasks into smaller ones. Great. I now have gone from 20 things to worry about to 200 things to worry about. You know, you put focus time in your calendar. Great, I'm in my focus time, and an urgent email comes in. Well, guess that's that focus time done. Just all of like everything, every possible thing you would try, and nothing would work. And it was a source of frustration, largely because you kind of like, you reach a point where you sort of think, like something is going on here. Either like I am just crazy, or maybe I'm just not doing them right, but just like, because it happens, every single thing you do, it just doesn't work. And so it's like frustrating, why it's happening. So then, you know, you go down the self-diagnosis part on WebMD, but then I'm thinking, maybe I do have ADHD. Maybe I do have something fundamentally core different about how my brain's wired. But then the problem that you then have is that, you know, ADHD is often misdiagnosed because its symptoms are so similar to, its visible symptoms are so similar to other things. Like, it's the same symptoms that you get from generalized anxiety disorders, from just chronic stress. All of this stuff is very similar symptoms and ways of presenting itself that ADHD does. But the key difference with ADHD being is that it's a genetic thing. It is like your brain is literally wired differently. Like, it's not like something you fix. It's like literally, like, there is something like fundamentally different about your brain to the neurotypical ones. So it's that, and I was watching a really, really, really good webinar about a ADHD doctor in the States talking about it. Like, fantastic, absolutely fantastic guy. He's telling about all the sort of things that the ADHD diagnoses either get wrong, or the sort of the flaws in them. But then, so the problem I then have is that while like a lot of the things that he talked about that, you know, ADHD person have, I'm just like, oh my god, hashtag literally me, like literally me. There are also certain other key aspects that I'm like, yeah, that ain't me, like not even close. So then I'm thinking, am I just like trying to like fit myself into somewhere where it doesn't actually fit, and I'm just desperate for some explanation about why I am the way I am. And I'm just finding connections and everything where they don't exist. Because I get anxious and stressed all the time. You know, could it just be, you know, my forgetfulness and everything is from those symptoms of that? Because they they definitely can be. And so it's just like, nothing's like quite. It's like it's stuck between this. Like, life would be so much easier if I did have something, because then it's almost like a sigh of relief, going, oh my god, thank god I'm not crazy, thank god I'm not mad, something is actually going on. But then at the same time, you don't want to assume that there is something going on when there isn't, and either you're just naturally disorganized, or you just get stressed easily, like, you know, that sort of thing. Anyway, all of this is extremely a long way of saying, I've thought, you know what, I'm not going to spend the whole rigmarole trying to get an ADHD diagnosis, because I don't think it's that. I think there's a lot of similarities in terms of symptoms, but I don't think it's that fully. But I thought, with that be as it may, there's nothing to say I can't look up like productivity advice for ADHD people and see what they have, like what sort of, because they've got sort of different sorts of techniques than what the productivity advice on the internet's usually espoused as. Because then I was watching this other guy, and he was saying that the problem that you have is the problem that you will have, should I say, is that you try and, let's say, you know, on my job list today is I'm going to tidy the games room. So I write down on my to-do list, tidy the games room. And then comes to Saturday, I'm like, right, I'm going to tidy the games room, and it never happens. Because I look at the games room and laugh, for goodness sake, it's just an absolute tip. And I just never even get started. And then I go and procrastinate, and now I'm sitting here playing video games in the games room rather than cleaning it. like I wanted to. And then you get into a cycle because then you feel bad, like, oh goodness, that's another thing on my to-do list I didn't do. And then you feel bad and guilty, and then it just then makes you. And then you play video games to cheer yourself up, and it's just you never win with yourself. But he said what you do instead is you just say, right, I'm going to clean the game or tidy the games room for 10 minutes. You just time box everything. So I'm going to do this for 10 minutes, because then more often than not, once you've gotten started, you'll just carry on, and then half an hour later you've tidied the games room. Like, that's it. So it's like it's all about getting momentum to do something. Like the ADHD people, they need to get a momentum up to be able to keep at something. And as soon as they lose that momentum, boom, then that's it. Like, they're gonna go on to something else. So I'm like, okay, well, if I just gotta apply the same principles, build up the momentum to do something, and then I'll find that I do it easier. So I'm like, I need to start, like, so now I'm just looking at productivity principles for ADHD people, and I feel like I might be on the right track, I think. But what it will require, though, is probably a large shift in how I approach work. But also, it will require a tougher skin, in the sense that the problem I have is, as a people pleaser, whenever anyone asks me to do anything, I'll say yes, because I don't want to disappoint them at the consequence of now I've got 20 things that I've said yes to, and they're all due within the week. And then you reach days like I did today, where I've got 50 things to do, not much time to do it, and now I'm stress overload. So it's like it's really a never-ending battle, like, completely. Lovely. 10 and Kimura. No. Oh, goodness. 10 and Kimura. Oh, right, and after these two fights, I'll run an ad. Actually, I'll run an ad once that says pre-rolls have been activated. Fabulous. Nope, not today, good sir. Lovely. That was way faster than I would have thought. Right now. Nope. Fabulous. Okie dokie. Right, I am going to, for those who it will show for, I'm gonna run an ad. So I'll run it. You won't, I say you won't miss anything, but it's Naruto, so I'll just be carrying on, but you won't miss much. Anyway, so I'm just gonna run an ad in 3 minutes. Okay, I think it's going. There we are. It's going. And that should be the last ad that I played today. Because it's only what? I'm only doing it for 2 hours.
Battle begins.
Actually, I need to see. If there's a custom jutsu finisher.
Toad Sage of Mount Miyoboku. That's me.
I would have thought that there would have been a custom one between these two. Interesting.
Your notes.
Okay. Orochimaru and Jiraiya.
Battle begins.
And I imagine then there won't be anything vice versa either, now that I think about it. No, didn't get him. Lovely. Right. Now we've got Hashirama and Mei.
Battle begins.
Take this. Now's the time. Now's the time. Style hidden jutsu. Deep forest emergence. Take this.
Oh, beans. Now that I think about it, even since I changed it to English voices, There's actually characters. It's interesting to think of all the characters they still haven't done, because I haven't heard them in English voice for a while. Like May being one of them, because she does a really like saucy sound in her ultimate, I remember.
It's a shame, but I'll watch you melt.
It's too saucy.
Got it.
I just feel like it's too saucy.
Now's the time.
Please fly up. Just as don't underestimate the music.
Lovely jubbly. Right, Sasuke, Orochimaru, and Shina. Ugh.
This jutsu is
Well,
thunderclap. Be gone. Take this. Fire style. Flame jutsu. Fire style. Flame jutsu.
fabulous. Nice, fast, easy peasy. Young Shina and Sasuke. So what are we at after this one? 73.
Ground scamper insects. Ground scamper insects. Ground scamper insects. Tori stream. Wait. Right there. Tori stream. Too late. Right here. Ground scamper.
And then one more. Oh, come on.
Ground scamper insects.
Why is he not just... There we go. The AI just makes some really weird choices sometimes, or it does some strange things. Like suddenly the AI's like, I'm just going to stand here and just throw shuriken the whole time. I'm not even going to bother moving again. It's just like, why? I don't know, maybe I'd just love to see the AI script. I'd love to see the if-else script for this, for these characters, or for the computer. Goodness. And denied. 2 more. Oh, maybe not. Lovely. Gorgeous. And Yanino. And Obito-zetsu.
Battle begins.
Ninja art, inundated with flowers.
Lovely. Do another one of these. Fabulous. Alright, Marara, Reanimation. And Itachi, Reanimation. Itachi, Reanimation.
Battle begins.
And here we go. Fabulous. Right, so I'm only 4 minutes behind schedule, which isn't, I want to say it's not too bad based on just the slow start, I guess. But looking at the fights coming up, we've got some fast ones. Hopefully we should, I mean at the very least I have to do 80 fights today.
Resistance is futile. Die.
Oh goodness, look at that. Okay, Yugito. And Naruto lost again.
Battle begins.
Fabulous. Oh, these fights are going thick and fast. I love it. I love it. Or rather, I feel like the AI slowed down a little bit, and that will be why. Most likely.
Battle begins.
Kakashi and young Neji. Actually, I'm not going to do Chidori, I'm going to do Fireball. Fireball Jutsu tends to be... I find Fireball Jutsu tends to be... Is it the best jutsu? No, actually no, Rasengan I'd say. Oh, it's probably a tie. Tie between Minato's Rasengan and Fireball Jutsu is to like the one that I seem to deal the most damage with. Lovely. And Neji and Kakashi.
Battle begins.
Gentle fist. Gentle fist. 4 palms, 8 palms, 16 palms, 32 palms, 8 trigrams, 64 palms.
Lovely. Asuma and Tsunade. And Tsunade. And then probably after these two fights I'll update the list because we'll be down to 63. Yeah, we'll actually keep that up.
Battle begins.
Time to settle the score.
lovely, lovely. And next we've got Kaguya. Ooh. Kaguya and Sekimizu. Checking in, how we doing? We's doing good. How's you? How's Trails? More specifically. Intense. Oh my goodness. Well, every time you come in and say how and give your new update on the on Trails of the Sky, I'm just like my anticipation grows.
I'm sick of looking at you.
About to get
This should dispose of you.
Ooh, Enforcer. Is it an actually no, I won't ask questions. I was gonna say, is it an Enforcer that you meet in Trails and in Cold Steel, but no, I won't get you to answer that question.
I'm sick of looking at you.
has been decided. Entertainment. Battle begins.
Resisting.
Come on. Now I'm just thinking, because I put a whole bunch of Trails theories together. Well, I'm mulling over a whole bunch of Trails theories at the moment. And was there one about Ouroboros? Yes. I've got I think my current theory about Ouroboros in the Trails universe is... So all we know about them is they've got Enforcers, they've got Anglisses. They've got a Grandmaster. No idea who that is though. Nor what they want. But I've kind of got this, like, Akatsuki-like feeling about them. In the sense that the Akatsuki were super highly skilled individuals with a particular menace about them. People from all sorts of backgrounds. All a force to be reckoned with in their own rights. With the leader figure of them generally shrouded in mystery. But eventually, when you unearth it, I wouldn't say it wasn't a noble goal by any stretch, but the Akatsuki's goal was all from a good place, they just went about it the wrong way. And I'm kind of getting a similar vibe, from the Ouroboros. And because it feels like they're not evil. I don't think they're evil. I think whatever they're doing is they're siding with the Noble Alliance, not because they agree with what the Noble Alliance is doing, but because whatever the Noble Alliance is doing, in a very roundabout way, helps or whatever Ouroboros is doing. And but then what could that be? I've got no idea what that could even be. I feel like it'll be something, considering how much stuff gets introduced in these games, I feel like it's going to be something that we don't know about yet, is what Ouroboros is about. And I reckon it will be something like the Grandmaster is someone who's like received a vision of, oh, are they gonna go full on like, Grandmaster, someone who's received a vision of an apocalyptic future, and to stop that future, they have to do something. And so they've formed Ouroboros. They formed Ouroboros, and even the name of it, I'm sure, will have some significance. Something about Jormungandr, the world serpent. Something eating its own tail. So they've received some visions of a grand apocalyptic future. They will have formed this group. They've gotten highly skilled individuals to assist them. And they need to steer the world in a particular direction to what I think it will be. It'll be a complete like U-turn. What they're doing seems to be something that's like evil or antagonistic, but what they're doing is meant to is ultimately meant to protect the world from a larger threat. Maybe that's it. So like to stop the world from being destroyed by giant cosmic space alien that's on a crash course for our planet and it's going to destroy us. I'm not actually saying there's going to be a cosmic space alien, but like some larger supernatural threat. To save the world from being destroyed by them, we have to get this to happen, and for this to happen, we need this to happen. We need there to be conflicts or something. And so obviously to do that, they need to stoke those flames, which means siding with the Noble Alliance to get that to happen, which is why that Ouroboros is at this point in time seeming like a force for evil. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling about Ouroboros at the moment. They seem evil, but they're going to turn out to have noble goals. Like, Sazerain, we had to be evil. Yeah. Forced to use a character, you've ignored. See, bull. Like, RPG, even JRPG 101, right there. You always make sure everyone is on a similar level. You never leave anyone under-leveled. Because you'll always be put into, there'll always be one battle where you have to use this one character one-on-one with someone else. That's a rookie mistake. Hanzo and young Naruto. But actually, now that I think about it, I think no. I'm pretty sure I'm on the right track with what Ouroboros is, and I feel like. Do I feel like there's anything more to be added to that? Possibly not. But like, so because I'd started putting the corkboard that I had together with everything on there. And I think, like, because there are so many post-it notes on there with like all the main characters, all of like, trying to get different colour post-it notes for whether they're part of Class 7 versus like an ally versus a Noble Alliance person versus a Divine Knight versus a whatevs. Ouroboros member. I'm trying to like colour code it all. But then I've got like important locations and I'm trying to draw connections, and it's just like, in some ways, I feel like it's going to help me, like, piece everything together faster. But in other ways, I'm also looking at this corkboard going, oh my good giddy, there are so many moving parts to this. There are so many things to be aware of, or so many pieces to this giant jigsaw puzzle. And like they're dropping little things here and there that I'm sure are gonna come up, like is just mentioned in passing now, but will become important later. Like the fact that even things like side quests from Cold Steel 1 are becoming like plot points. Well, I'm pretty sure they're becoming part of the main plot points of Cold Steel 2. Because I will bet my life and soul on it that one of the side quests in Cold Steel 1 in Rua around what? There was one where you'd have like an orbal wave generator receiver something, and you had to go basically see where the Wi-Fi signal was strongest or weakest. But then you gave that research, you brought that back to the Rua Institute, and they said, oh yeah, the super-de duper scientist man is going to be using it for research or something. And then next minute, Cold Steel 2, there's now like orbal wave jammers, and they were saying how super scientist man helped develop this wave jammer. And I'm like, was our side quest in the first game, did the information that we gathered in that little old side quest, was the information that we gathered there pivotal for him developing the orbal wave jammers technology? Which I think it is. I think that's the semi-implication of it. And so like and then also the fact that like characters from other side quests have appeared, and it's just, I love it. First off, I mean, you give me any game where little innocuous side quest things have like plot relevance later on is beautiful and amazing and fabulous. But it just really means that like everything you do in all of those games, no matter main quest or side quest, everything has a reason for being there in the greater scheme of the lore. Like in some ways it's not just beans, we've got to think of a side quest, I don't know, get them to test Wi-Fi signal, you know. It's not just a throwaway thing like that. It ends up saying, oh, we can actually implement that or make nods to it later on, or whether or not they even, I'd be curious to know like how far through the story they've sort of planned everything. Like, is it an MCU phase 1, 2 and 3 situation where they were doing all they were planning everything at the start, so that's why everything was so cohesive. It's because they knew what the end goal was, they knew what the end game was at the start, and that's what they were building towards the whole time. So I'll be part of me wouldn't even be surprised if when they were developing Cold Steel 1 or Trials in the Sky or, you know, whatever, all these games, they knew what was going to happen way later on down the line. So things like the little innocuous side quests, they actually were meant to serve a larger purpose in other games. If that was the case, if anyone from Falcom's watching and you know, you want to confirm or deny, if that was the case, like, yes, that's what I live for. That's the kind of game design and lore, actually no, more game lore planning that I dig, that I love. that not kill her? Don't know. There we are. That's better. That's better. Alright. Got a Hanabi. And got a Grr.
Here comes a painful.
I've called it a, I'd say it's a rave more than a rant, but no, yeah, I'm just, I am appreciating, I suppose I am a great appreciator of well thought out game lore. Like, if you're, you know, back in the game, in the dev studio, if the game lore manual is like 1,000 pages long, it's like a full-on tome, like, yes, fabulous, that is what I want to see. If it's like a little piddly like 3 pages, still good that you have something in terms of like game lore, but give me the 1,000-page manual. Give me the twists and the turns and the references and the Easter eggs and the just everything. Foreshadowing, like fridge brilliance and fridge horror, like all of that sort of thing. Like give me all that. That is what gives me life. Like I know that like some game studios, depending on what their games are, have like in-house lore masters who sort of like the keep of the keys on what belongs to the lore or not. You know, so you consult the lore master to say, hey, we want to implement the side quest, we're thinking of doing this, does this conflict with anything that's been established before? And then the lore master will be like, yes, according to line 3176 of this chapter, this conflicts with the established cosmology that was mentioned in this book, that was also mentioned as part of this quest and was created by this character in 1100 BC as a reference to the cosmology of this ancient civilization. So therefore can't have that in the quest, can do it this way. That is like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. And I'm all for retcons, I guess, but I always appreciate it when they can find some, they can just like weave it into the story in a way that makes sense. Like what they're doing with FF14, with the 12, like the Mists of the Realm raid, is we now no longer have the 12 gods, we have 13. And obviously the mystery being who the 13th one is. But like since the days of, you know, the original FF14, there's always been 12. So they have to have a damn good reason why there's now 13 and not have it feel like, oh, that only makes sense in the context of the latest expansion kind of thing. Like it needs to make sense when you think about it retroactively. Otherwise it just feels like it's like another piece of law that's just been tacked on without thought to what happens, everything that's happened prior. Like if there's a 13th god in a way that they show it or a way they explain it, and then you think back to things that have been brought about in like the base game or expansion number 1, and there's you know, there's been hints, subtle foreshadowing the entire way through, then that would be mwah, beautiful. But if it just feels like, oh, yeah, there's now 13, you know, there's been absolutely no hints to it, you know, there now is a whole bunch of plot holes as a result, then, I mean, I don't mind it. I mean, law's law at the end of the day, but, you know, it's not as good as it could have been. That's kind of my, like, it's my sort of feelings on it, in a sense, yeah. Ouch, 2 random encounters and he's already leveled up 4 times. Goodness. If that doesn't tell you he's underleveled, I don't know what does. Sounds like he's saying lava, not lava. Fabulous. Lovely. Asma again, and May. Fabulous. Easy. Right, I think we might have actually caught up to where we should have been fight-wise. Because I've got we're 1 hour 51 minutes in, and we're fight 75. So if I can do 5 more fights in 9 minutes, which I don't think will happen, then we'll have fully caught up. Yeah, another ram gun. Yeah, probably won't.
Don't underestimate the music.
Unless, no, we got Shino and Utakata as the next fights. So most definitely not then. Shino, unless. Actually, I can do a little sneaky. Do a little sneaky. I'm actually gonna skip those 2. And then see if I can do 5 fights with other characters and then just do those 2 as the last ones once I've, you know, sped up. I mean, at the end of the day, it'll still be the same amount of fights anyway. And this one's already going swimmingly. one's fine. Because I mean, the matchup after this is Tobirama and Minato, and that will actually be, that should be, no, reverse psychology again. It's going to be a super long fight. It's going to be the longest matchup in this whole 2 hours. Just going to cheese this one. And then last one. No. Fabulous. Right, can I do 3 fights in 5 minutes? Possibly. Possibly. Tobirama and Minato. Oh yeah, got him. Oh, I might be able to do it. I might be able to do it within 2 hours. Right, if I keep going like this. Oh my goodness, no. Back. There. I want to race. I've got 3 minutes. 3 minutes to do 2 fights. Can I do it? I got this. Alright, so far so good. And then one more Sengan. There we go. Okay. And then Shisui and Zetsu. I love that emote. I think it's just it's like the I don't know what you call it, the movement of it is just fantastic.
This is the ultimate genjutsu. I rule everything here. Turn to dust. There is no way to fight this genjutsu.
fights within a minute away from 2 hours. Lovely. Jubbly. Oh my god, excuse me. I saw that. I saw that in the Discord. Out. Bam. Oh, bang on 2 hours. Or at least on my counter. Bang on 2 hours was when the, you know, when the fight thing appeared. Look at that. Okay, right. I will now do the last 2 fights of the day. With Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles, and Mr. Bugs. Oh, come on. Stop bouncing around, my good man. Come on. Stop bouncing. Oh my lordy. Yo, Mr. Bubbles, Mr. Bubbles, can you just stop? Stop bouncing around, my god. My good golly. Won't stop. He's gonna start bouncing. Oh no, he didn't start bouncing. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's a good thing I left these 2 fights for the last for today. Because they're taking their bloody sweet time. Goodness golly. Okay. Right, last fight of the day. We are not doing a bubble jutsu, because screw that. I love bubbles, but I don't love the bubble jutsu. Got him. It's perfectly poised. And oh, not quite rang out. There we are. Okie dokie. That should be us for today. So I'm gonna update the list. We are down to 5237. We've actually done quite a fair bit of fights today. How many? 83. Which is actually alright. This is about normal actually now I think about it. But anyway, with that being said, I'll call it a day on this fine. It's a fine night, I'll say that much. Can't actually see out there. And yeah, and I'll pick this up Sunday morning, but tomorrow night I won't be streaming because I've got a client meeting. Lovely. 8 o'clock at night. Oh my goodness. But Saturday I'll be back in with some more Cold Steel 2, which I'm very excited about. And hopefully, maybe, possibly, a couple of new little zigazoos. Maybe some emotes, maybe. Don't know. I'll see. I'll see what I can get done. But anyway, thank you all for joining. It's been fabulous to have your company. Take care. Stay rested. Stay well. Stay hydrated. Stay fabulous. Stay fruity, fresh. Most importantly, stay you. I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all. Bye.